Yo, yo, yo. This is Chris Blair. It's Monday morning here in Tokyo. And I know it's Mother's Day back in the States, so happy Mother's Day. I think it's Mother's Day everywhere in the world, North America as well. So, yeah, I want to talk about something that I know for a fact that most people are not aware of it, because I've never seen anyone talk about it. I've absolutely never seen anyone ever talk about this. So maybe there are some courses out there or some private mastermind groups of people where people do have noticed this and talk about this. But I buy a lot of people's courses. I get on a lot of webinars because, guys, you got to always be learning. You got to always be pushing yourself. If you're not, you die. That's the reality, is, guys. You can have the edge right now, and then you can lose it, right? Winners in this game are constantly, improving themselves. So even I pick up courses all the time, and guys, yes, and I go through the course and I know most of that content, but there's that one or two or three things that I learned that are new to me, and because I got this high skill level that I'm already at, I can implement those immediately, and it makes my time and effort and money and investment in the course and whatever I bought or spent time on worth it. So anyway, I've really discovered something over the past couple years about Facebook ads that no one else talks about. And I'm gonna dig into that, but before I dig into that, I just want to see you guys know that I'm open to taking some questions. I got a few minutes here this morning, so if you guys want to ask any questions, you can put the questions in the chat there. I'm open to asking questions about Facebook ads, products, ecom. Obviously I can't give full lessons here on this short video, but I'll do my best to help you. By the way, I also want to give some, I just got some interesting feedback on my course, okay? So a guy recently joined the course this past weekend who is doing around $70,000 a month in sales on Shopify, and he approached me. This is the second time he approached me about the course, my beta course, and he said, "Oh, I'm not so sure. Are you sure this is not just for beginners?" And I said, "Guy, you'd be shocked, man. There's beginner content, but there's some stuff in there. I mean, there's tons of content that's deep you've never seen before." And he finally, decided to pull the trigger on the course. And he's been through it the past weekend. He just contacted me and said, "I'm blown away. There's so much stuff in there that I didn't know what I didn't know." And remember our buddy Nick Fielding guy? He been making six figures with Shopify, profit, by the way, not sales, profit, for the last 3+4 years. And he got in my course and he was blown away. So we're about 2 weeks away from being completed. There's a couple more webinars and about 5 or 6 more videos I'm going to make, and then it's going to be completed, and we're going to put together a fancy sales page and all that stuff. So I would say we're a few weeks away from this launching this. It's going to be $2,500 at that point. But if you want in for the beta price, I'll still let you in at the beta price. So private message me if you're interested. And now we're going to get into a concept that that no one's talking about. That hold on, I just saw a question come up, so let me answer that question first. Murray just asked a good question. Says Murray asks, when scaling method are you using now, still doing $5, or are you vertically scaling? Okay, so no, I'm still doing I'm doing $5 and $10 ads. That's it. The only ad that I have above that is my DPA ad, which is for more, but that's based on the amount of traffic I'm getting, the frequency that's being delivered. But I'm only using $5 and $10 ads, and the way I determine that, basically, guys, so it's $1 million or less, $5, $1 million or more, $10 in the audience. Okay. As far as people always ask me, well, how the fuck can you scale $5 to $10 ads? Because I've got one cap right now. Okay, not the style of cap, okay, because that style of cap I'm selling different versions of it, but one particular design on that cap that now we're close to 13,000 units sold. That one. So anyone who says you can't scale $5 to $10 ads doesn't know what they're talking about. They just don't know how. I'll say that point blank, and I know that sounds rude, but there's 8 different methods I use for scaling. Now I'm actually working on a 9th method, but I'm still tweaking. I'm not going to teach it yet. But anyway, 8 different methods. Okay, and anyone who's in my course can know that it works. Guys, just so you know, people say, "Well, can you teach it to me now?" Well, no, I cannot teach it to you now, and here's why. That was taught in my course, my beta course, over a 90-minute webinar plus 5 supplementary videos that are another hour long combined. So it's 2.5 hours of training that I can't not give you right here in this 1 minute. I'm sorry. I'm not to be rude, but just to say, look, this is the reality, guys. If you want to know how you can scale $5 to $10 ads and you don't have to worry about manual bidding anymore, buy my course. By the way, manual bidding, I love manual bidding. It works, okay? Don't get me wrong. It does work. I just don't think it works as well as my system, and this is easier. It's just easier to manage than manual bidding. I just want to make it clear because some people always ask me, oh, you sound like you're anti-manual bidding. No, I'm not anti-manual bidding. In fact, anti-manual bidding absolutely works. It's a cool system, and that's what's being taught out there. That's awesome. But it's just a little tougher to manage, and yeah, and my system works really well too, and it's all auto bid. I don't use any manual bidding whatsoever. Okay, now let's get into this little known tactic that people don't talk about, and that is people talk about product lifespans, right? Product, you launch it, it starts to go, right? And then it sort of flattens out and then it starts to die down. Well, what people don't realize that posts also have lifespans. See, Facebook's an auction, right? And they're also a user-generated site. They want new content and they favor new content, okay? And so people get so attached to their posts that are working, that get long-term, got all that social proof, right? And this actually hurts their business. I've got one particular product right now, actually the one I just told you, I sold over almost 13,000 units. I made a post, a very high converting image post for that back in September last year. I ran that for about 3 or 4 months, and then the results started going, so guess what I did? Screw the social proof. I can get new social proof. Waited a few days, posted again. Guess what? Bang, right back to the exact same audiences. Same image, same everything, working fine. The only difference is Facebook sees this as a new post. And yes, I had no social proof. I gave up like some 18,000 some shares, or I don't remember the exact number, but so, and all those comments. But guys, it doesn't take long for the social proof to rebuild itself up, because if you got a hot image and a hot product, right? So yeah, I ran it again, and guess what? 3 or 4, I think it was like 3.5 months or so, working, banging, and then Facebook basically killed it. They killed it because Facebook says enough's enough. Posts like your products have life cycles, and Facebook wants new, fresh content, and it can be the exact same converting image that was working for you before, and so that's what I do. So guess what I did again? I posted it again, and guess what's happening? That's my best converting ad still today. So now I've actually ran this post 3 times, guys, 3 times. Exact same post, exact same image. I just renewed it, and it's working every single time. So guys, if you got old posts out there from images that are working and suddenly it died, most people at that point say, oh, it's over. Okay, time to move on to a new post or a new product or a new image, right? No. Take that exact same image for the exact same product, repost it again as a fresh post, run ads to it, and if it worked the first time, it should work the second time, it should work the third time. I do this all the time. I've been doing this for a long time. Back when I sold those 17,500 necklaces back in 2015, that's exactly what I did. I just kept reposting the same product. Eventually, Facebook has a limit on how long they'll let that run for you. At least that's been my experience. Maybe some people have a different experience, but that's been my experience. Eventually, Facebook says enough's enough, and they want you to stop running ads to it. And they give you that signal by killing it. It just dies. All right, so if you're interested in my course, becoming a beta member, private message me, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers, I hope you got value out of that.